Hello, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. It's a great honor to join you today at the ESG Global Leaders Summit. First of all, I would thank the organizers, Sina Finance and the CITIC Press for hosting such a timely event and gathering ESG leaders across the world to discuss this heart-touching topic. What I'm going to talk about today is the core of ESG. Let me start with some basics of ESG. The term ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance. ESG is a measurement and the reporting system of companies' sustainability performance. Today, ESG topics are at the top of the mind in the global business community. If we search a keyword combination, company name, homepage, and ESG, we will find many companies list ESG targets and post ESG and sustainability reports on their website, not only for big tech companies such as Apple, Google, or Tencent, but also for oil and gas companies such as Shell and BP. So the industry sector does not prevent any company from implementing ESG and sustainability in the company's mission statement and day-to-day operation. Earlier of the year, BlackRock CEO states in his annual letter, we focus on sustainability, not because we are environmentalists, but because we are capitalists and fiduciaries to our clients. As the world's largest asset management firm, BlackRock empowers its clients with choice on ESG votes. A couple of months ago, I spoke with a young entrepreneur in Beijing. When asked about his understanding of ESG, he said to me, with today's pandemic crisis, being able to keep the business running and pay my 350 employees on time is the most significant ESG for me. Last month, S&P dropped the world's largest electric car company from the S&P ESG index. The CEO of this company was not happy. He claimed ESG is a scam. S&P's action stirred profound thinking and debates about ESG and corporate sustainability. Having sustainable products does not guarantee a ESG leader position. So what is corporate sustainability? Why it's so important for companies to integrate ESG and improve sustainability performance? And what is the core of ESG? In 1987, United Nations launched the global mission of sustainable development with a famous report, Our Common Future. This report points out a dangerous trend. Current generation of human beings are overly consuming natural resources, which led to severe environmental pollution, natural disasters, and social problems. If we, global citizens, individuals, and organizations do not change our behaviors, we will soon exhaust the resources belong to our children and grandchildren. Even worse, some of today's cities and countries will disappear because of the exacerbated climate deterioration. So the mission of global sustainable development is to balance the needs between present generation and the future generations, which is not easy. Corporate sustainability is a company's contribution to this global mission, which is not easy too. To make effective contribution, companies must achieve three-dimensional sustainability goals, including environmental, social, economic. There are external and internal challenges for companies' ESG and sustainability integration. I will list the top 3 external challenges that apply to the global business community. The first one is the lack of unified ESG disclosure and reporting standard. There are 3 primary ESG disclosure frameworks adopted by global business today: the Global Reporting Initiative, Sustainability Accounting Standard Board, and the Task Force on Climate-related Financial Disclosure. However, each of those 3 frameworks focuses on different aspects, and they are not comparable to each other. Second, ESG is currently categorized as non-financial performance. Therefore, ESG integration and reporting are considered additional expenses and resources for business. When companies face business downturn or economic crisis, it's a natural reaction to reduce ESG-related expenses and resources for cost saving and survival. Third, the conflicts between companies' long-term value creation and short-term financial reporting system. Corporate sustainability is to help solve the global intergenerational environmental and social problems. But the company's financial performance today is measured on a quarterly basis. So the external ESG challenges are the infrastructure challenges and the governance system challenges in the global society. Our governance infrastructure system needs to be improved. Regulators and organizations are working on these tasks. On the other side, what are the internal challenges for companies' ESG integration? Let's take a close look at what has been done. ESG studies in the past decades categorized 4 groups of ESG actions taken by global companies. They are risk reduction, internal efficiency improvement, branding, and sustainable product development. Many companies integrated 1 or 2 or 3 or all 4 ESG actions into their business strategy and operation. However, companies' ESG performance are not always the same because the 4 actions are interpreted differently. Taking risk reduction as an example, a study of Dow Jones Sustainable Index companies identified companies with low ESG scores tend to consider risk reduction as a mechanism of not losing operation licenses or not being punished by regulators. These companies will make efforts to comply and meet the minimum requirement by the government and by regulators. On the other side, companies with high ESG scores consider risk reduction as a significant motivator for corporate sustainability strategy implementation. These companies will volunteer to commit higher sustainable target than the regulatory requirements. Global scholars also identified 2 ESG strategies driven by different motivations. The first one is the symbolic ESG strategy. Symbolic ESG strategy is adopted by companies motivated by easy access to global capital, lower cost of fundraising, and to avoiding reputational risk. So they view ESG integration as a response to the demands and the requirement of investors and regulators. On the other side, when companies are motivated by making environmental and social impacts and aligning stakeholders' interests, they will adopt a different strategy, a long-term sustainable strategy. These companies view ESG integration as an opportunity to develop sustainable products and to improve consumers' experiences. Some of them even went above and beyond, using their capital and supply chain power to influence and support their business partners for ESG integration and to help the society. Unilever is one of the companies adopted long-term sustainability strategy. And Unilever's 10-year sustainability strategy has demonstrated how a long-term sustainability strategy can generate a great social impact and economic return for a business. If a company's interpretation of ESG actions and the motivation of their ESG strategies affect companies' ESG performance, I say the internal ESG integration challenges are corporate governance system challenges. We need a good governance system for effective ESG integration and corporate sustainability transformation. Because ESG integration and corporate sustainability require remarkable changes in corporate culture, business model, and day-to-day operation. All these changes need support from the company's governance system. Also, the three-dimension corporate sustainability goals set up long-term strategic objectives for company. To achieve these long-term objectives, companies need a suitable control and incentive system, which is part of the corporate governance system and also part of the global governance infrastructure system. In addition, the ESG movement and sustainability transformation today will stir changes in the global business environment. These changes create a new opportunity for competition and a new opportunity for corruption. Both are the concerns of the internal and external governance system. Although G is placed behind E and S in the term of ESG, governance is the core of ESG. A good governance system sets up the sustainability tone from the top, determines a company's ESG strategy, and creates corporate culture that encourages the entire organization to embrace ESG integration. So a company can achieve the three-dimension corporate sustainability goals. Therefore, I urge all organizations and business around the world to work collaboratively to improve our external and internal governance system. I also urge all individuals across the world to support and embrace upcoming changes that helps the ESG and the sustainability integration. Because ESG and the corporate sustainability are the right path and the only path to global sustainable development and to our common future. Thank you.